Hi there, it's Natasha and thank you so much for joining me today. Today we are going to be showing you some low fuss Christmas tags with Action Wobbler springs. So I am going to go quite quickly through all of this, and I will admit I'm using this penguin, but I'm going to go through it very quickly. I promise. I think this is the last card that I've used him in, but I know I've used him lots, and that's good because getting use out of your dies is great. And I am putting together 3 of this little penguin to go on my Action Wobblers today. So I have paper pieced the black and white parts together. Then I'm just colouring in his little nose orange, and I put a little bit of double-sided tape on the back so that I can stick in his nose and eyes. Colour in his feet orange. If you guys would like to see this in any more detail, I think the last few videos that I've done, if you have a look back on my channel, I have put together this penguin a few times, so I know that you're sick of seeing it by now. But on these little penguins, I have these 3 little pom-pom balls, and I have hot glued 1 each to the top of their hats, and they are super cute. They are really gorgeous, and I do love these wee guys, but I'm also going to have some of these gnomes. This is a stamp set from K's Craft Lovers store off AliExpress, and I have the coordinating dies there at the back. And I have just stamped out some of the gnomes and then coloured them in reds and greens. So I'm just trying to get all the elements ready before I start putting together my tags. And next up I have these embossing folders. In fact, this is my whole embossing folder collection. And I am going to emboss some vellum, and that will become the backgrounds to some of my tags. So I have some vellum scraps here. They're kind of in all different shapes, and that's okay. But I'm going to run them through my Cuttlebug machine with my squishy embossing mat and emboss all of this beautiful vellum. It comes out really nicely, and you can also use lots of different types of adhesive behind this because the embossing folders create kind of much more white with the vellum, so it's not as easy to see through. So for this first one here, I'm actually going to cut off a big angle down the bottom, and I'm going to use double-sided tape to adhere this one down. Now I've adhered some to my tag and then a little bit to the actual vellum so that I can make sure that it's in the right place. So I have just only cut the bottom part on an angle, and then truly I find it easiest just to turn the page over and cut it with some long scissors. Instead of trying to measure it out and cut it with a tag and things, I just find that's kind of the easiest and quickest way to do it. So I'm using this Merry Christmas stamp from that Gnome stamp set, and these are the Hampton Art Action Wobblers. Now these are the mini ones. They come in a larger size as well, but I honestly find that the mini ones pretty much do anything for any size, so that's all good. This is my super simple tags that I'm putting together. So I have the next piece here, and actually I've covered the back of this tag with some double-sided tape, and then I am just putting down the vellum straight on top of everything. I pretty much use a different way to adhere these down on every single tag, just to give you an idea of what you can use. And then I'm cutting out a little so-called snowbank from some glitter cardstock, and I will pop another penguin on top of this one. And honestly, these are just really quick tags because I feel like people don't spend a whole lot of time looking at the tag and things, and often they get thrown away, as do cards, I guess. But I really like just having a kind of cool creative tag to go on some of my gifts. And yeah, so I enjoy spending my time making these, but I don't spend too much time. So I guess that's what this video is about. Just kind of quick, easy, cool looking tags to go on some of my gifts this year. So again, these are the slightly smaller style tags, and honestly, you don't even have to have a tag die. You could just cut this shape out yourself. You don't have to emboss the vellum. You could just emboss the actual tag that you cut out. There's lots of different ways that you could go about this. You could pretty much put any little decorations on these. You can pretty much make anything work, and I am just really enjoying putting some of these together. I just sat down one evening, and as I said, I kind of did all the elements first and then put them all together in the end. And I just picked a couple of things like the gnomes and the penguins that can go on any of the tags and kind of keep the colors all pretty simple. Yeah, that's just how I like doing it anyway. Then I have some, on this tag, some red glitter cardstock, and then I'm actually going to pop a couple of really thin bits of silver glitter cardstock either side of that. and I just cut these with my scissors. I'm not measuring too much at all because, as I said, no one's going to look super closely at these that I know of. I stamped the Merry Christmas in green ink this time. Also, I will pop a link to our Facebook group down in the description box below, and I would love it if you could share your simple, fun, quick and easy tags for Christmas or otherwise. We would love to see your projects. And then this last tag here is actually made from this sticker paper. These are from AliExpress as well, and they are adhesive backed sheets. And I really, really like these. In fact, I have ordered another packet as well, and I have just put one tag down on there, and then I'm going to cut around it really roughly and then trim it up with my scissors. And in case you are wondering, with all these tags, I just have my little hole punch here because I've covered up the original hole, obviously, that the tag die created. So yeah, I just hole punch a new hole and that gets that done. Pop this little penguin on, and I'm honestly not doing anything more. This is so simple. They're just cute little tags, simple, fun, and easy. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope it's given you a couple of new ideas that you might be able to try out on some tags, and let me know what you think down in the description box below and if you have a favorite. I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.